Hey warrior, before you even touch your phone this morning, pause. Most people wake up and instantly surrender their peace to the noise of the world. They scroll, they compare, they react, and before the day even begins, they've already lost control of it. But a Stoic starts the day with intention, not reaction. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "At dawn, remind yourself, today people will be ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, yet none of it can harm your reasoned choice." He understood that the first thoughts you allow each morning will program your mind for the rest of the day. Modern neuroscience proves it. Those first 10 minutes after waking are the brain's most plastic window, the moment you decide who you'll be. So today, you'll learn 10 powerful declarations to take back control, rebuild focus, and command your inner world. Comment below. I control my morning. I control my day. 1. I'm responsible for how today feels. The first law of a strong mind is ownership. Most people wake up already blaming something. The weather, the traffic, the news, their boss. They let moods, notifications, and random noise decide how they feel. But a Stoic knows this truth. You may not control the day, but you always control how you show up to it. The world doesn't decide your energy. You do. Viktor Frankl, a man who survived the concentration camp, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose." That space is your kingdom. It's where strength begins. The moment you wake up, your brain searches for direction. If you don't give it one, the world will. So set your intention. Before you grab your phone, breathe deeply. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. As you exhale, say to yourself, "I decide how this day feels." Picture your emotions as waves. You're not the waves, you're the ocean beneath them. When traffic tests your patience, when a coworker snaps, when life throws chaos at you, pause, breathe, return to that space. That's Stoic power in motion, not escaping emotions, but mastering them. Most people think strength means never feeling pain. No. Strength means feeling everything, yet staying unmoved by what doesn't deserve control. Every reaction is a choice. Every complaint is a surrender. The more you say, "They made me angry," the more you give away your freedom. Epictetus warned, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them." He was right. No email, no person, no event has power over you unless you hand it to them. So today, reclaim that power. Own your peace like a soldier guards his post. When someone tries to pull you into drama, smile silently and step back into control. Your calm is your weapon. Your awareness is your shield. You are not a victim of this day. You are the architect of it. You get to decide. Chaos or composure, reaction or response, weakness or wisdom. Start this morning with one declaration. Say it with conviction. My emotions are my choice. 2. Nothing disturbs my peace without my permission. Your peace is your fortress. Most people leave the gates wide open. They let every headline, every rude comment, every opinion on social media storm right in and take over their mind. They react to everything and then wonder why they're exhausted before noon. A Stoic doesn't live like that. A Stoic builds walls, not to hide from the world, but to choose what enters. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's not just poetry, that's strategy. Every time you react instantly, you hand someone the keys to your inner world. Every time you let their words dictate your mood, you surrender the throne of your mind. Peace isn't found in silence. It's forged in discipline. The discipline to pause before responding. The wisdom to ask, "Is this worth my energy?" Because attention is energy, and your attention is the most valuable currency you'll ever spend. so protect it like treasure. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Not everyone deserves entry. Before you respond to that message, before you reply to that negativity, stop and check the gate. Ask yourself, does this need my attention, or does it just want my reaction? Most of the world runs on reaction. You will live differently. You will slow down. You will breathe before you speak, pause before you type, reflect before you reply. In that pause, you reclaim power. The Stoics trained for this every day. When the emperor was insulted, he didn't lash out. He examined his judgment. When Marcus faced betrayal, he reminded himself, they act from ignorance, not malice. That's the mindset of mastery, compassion without chaos. Because no one truly disturbs your peace, they only test it. The test reveals whether you've built your fortress or just decorated the walls. So the next time life tries to provoke you, smile. Say quietly to yourself, not everything deserves a reaction. Your peace isn't a gift, it's a decision, the discipline of guarding your own energy in a world addicted to chaos. Remember this, the world outside can shake, shout, and crumble, but it cannot touch you without your permission. Repeat it until it becomes instinct. My peace is protected. 3. Today, I focus only on what I can control. Anxiety begins the moment your mind wanders outside your control. You start thinking about what they'll say, how they'll respond, what the outcome might be, and before you know it, your peace is gone. Most people live in that loop, overthinking, worrying, imagining problems that haven't even happened yet. They hand their power to circumstances that don't exist. A Stoic breaks that loop. Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control and some are not." That single line can rebuild your entire mindset if you truly live by it. Draw a line in your mind. On one side, everything you can control, your effort, your attitude, your choices. On the other hand, everything you can't, opinions, outcomes, other people's behavior. That second list, burn it. Because every ounce of energy you waste on what you can't control steals strength from what you can. You can't control the storm, but you can control your grip on the wheel. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control how long you let them stay in your life. You can't control the outcome, but you can control the work that gets you there. The Stoics called this the circle of control. It's the map of freedom. Inside the circle, effort, focus, integrity. Outside the circle, noise, chaos, illusion, and the world will always try to pull you out. Social media thrives on things you can't control. Opinions, envy, outrage. But you're training to stay centered. So here's your daily drill. When you feel worry rise, ask one question. Is this in my control? If yes, act with reason. If no, release it, breathe, and return to the present. You'll notice something shift. Your stress drops. Your focus sharpens. You start building momentum because your energy is no longer scattered everywhere. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That's your reminder every morning. Control what's inside, not what's outside. The moment you accept that, you become unstoppable. Because no storm, no person, no outcome can steal your direction. So today, draw your circle. Stand in it like a warrior and repeat with full conviction, attention equals power. Today, I focus only on what I can control. 4. My value is not measured by outcomes. We live in a world that worships results, likes, followers, paychecks, trophies. Every day, you're told your worth is equal to your performance, and when the numbers don't show up, you start to believe you're not enough. But the Stoics saw through that illusion thousands of years ago. Seneca wrote, "The wise man is content with himself, not because he's perfect, but because his value comes from virtue. not validation. You can't always control outcomes. You can do everything right and still lose. You can work hard and still be misunderstood. But the question isn't, did it work? The question is, did I act with integrity? The world measures success by what you get. Stoicism measures success by how you behave when you don't get it. Your value is not in the reward, it's in the effort, the discipline to show up, the honesty to stay consistent, the courage to do the right thing even when no one notices. That's the part of you no failure can touch. Because every outcome is temporary. The job, the relationship, the applause, they all fade. What stays is the person you became through the process. That's why Stoics separate effort from ego. The ego chases results. The Stoic commits to the work. Modern society trains us to see productivity as identity. You have a bad day, you call yourself useless. You fail once, you think you're broken. But hear this, your worth doesn't fluctuate with your wins. It's not a stock price. It's your character, and that never loses value unless you trade it for approval. When you tie your self-worth to outcomes, you're at the mercy of things you can't control. But when you root it in virtue, discipline, honesty, courage, you're free. You can stand tall even when nothing goes your way. You can lose and still respect yourself. Seneca reminded us, a man's worth is measured by the things he pursues. So pursue mastery, not applause. Pursue consistency, not perfection. Pursue growth, not validation. Every morning, remind yourself, I am not what I achieve, I'm what I repeat. Every act of discipline, every moment of integrity, every silent effort when no one is watching, that's who you are. The scoreboard can lie, but your habits never do. So stand firm, detach from results, and say it with clarity and pride. My value is not measured by outcomes. Effort defines my worth. 5. I act, not just intend. Every morning, the world is divided into two kinds of people, those who intend to change and those who act. Most people live stuck in the first group. They talk about their plans, they wait for motivation, they promise themselves tomorrow. But tomorrow is a trap. Tomorrow doesn't exist. There is only now. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, get up and do the work of a human being." Simple, direct, ruthless. He didn't say think about it or plan for it. He said do it. Because every time you delay action, you train your mind to accept weakness. And every time you take action, even a small one, you strengthen your identity as someone who moves. Action is not about perfection, it's about momentum. You can correct a moving ship. You can't steer one that's anchored by fear. Most people confuse thinking with progress. They journal, they research, they prepare, and then they wait for the right moment. But Stoics knew the right moment is the one you act in. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Meaning, stop talking about the discipline, live it. Stop saying you'll change, be the change. Here's your modern Stoic drill. Before every big task, use the implementation intention technique. If X happens, then I will do Y at Z time. Example, if it's 6 a.m., I will go for my run, no debate. This rewires your brain to act automatically, bypassing hesitation. Because hesitation is the enemy. It's the mind's disguise for fear. The longer you wait, the heavier the resistance grows. But once you start, just one step, one push-up, one message, one action, resistance dies. The Stoics were warriors of motion. They knew discipline isn't about being in the mood. It's about showing up regardless of it. You don't act because you feel strong. You feel strong because you act. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust with your own soul. That's what self-respect is. Not words, not affirmations, but evidence. Action is self-respect in motion. So the next time your mind says, "Not today," remind it, this is training. You're not waiting for motivation. You're forging momentum. Do the thing. Send the email. Start the workout. Begin the habit. Act. Because nothing changes until you move. Say it now, like a command to your own spirit. I act, not just intend. 6. Every challenge trains me. Every obstacle is a teacher. Every difficulty is a mirror showing you what still controls you. Most people see hardship and say, "Why me?" A Stoic sees the same hardship and says, "Train me." This is the mindset that separates the fragile from the unbreakable. Life isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to educate you. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal, loss, and constant pressure as Emperor of Rome. Yet he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He wasn't writing poetry. He was describing a weapon. When something blocks your path, you have two choices: break down or break through. The obstacle is not punishment, it's practice. It's life preparing you for greater battles. Most people pray for an easy life. The Stoic prays for a strong mind, because comfort never trained anyone. Discomfort is the forge where character is made. Every challenge is a gym for your spirit. Every failure, every rejection, every heartbreak adds resistance. You either lift it or let it crush you. When you wake up to struggle, don't say, "Why is this happening?" Say, "This is my training." You're not unlucky. You're in the arena, and the arena doesn't care about comfort. It builds warriors, not spectators. Here's the Stoic method. When something difficult hits, pause and reframe it. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? What skill does this strengthen? You'll realize there's no wasted pain. Every challenge builds endurance, patience, and clarity. Even silence teaches. Even loss sharpens gratitude. Epictetus, who was born a slave, said it best. Difficulties show what men are. He knew suffering doesn't create weakness. It reveals it. Then it gives you a chance to rebuild stronger. So when your plans fall apart, when people disappoint you, when life tests your patience, remember, this isn't destruction, it's construction. You're being shaped into someone more focused, more stable, more capable of peace under pressure. The modern world tells you to avoid discomfort. Stoicism says, embrace it, because the pain you face consciously becomes power. Pain you run from becomes prison. Every storm, every failure, every setback, it's all part of your training ground. And when you treat it that way, you stop being the victim of life and start being its student. So the next time something feels hard, stand tall, smile slightly, and say, "Good, this will train me." Then move forward, stronger, sharper, calmer. Because every challenge doesn't break you, it builds you. Repeat after me. Every obstacle is my coach. Every challenge trains me. 7. I do not compare my path to anyone's. Comparison is the thief of peace. It's the quiet poison that kills gratitude, confidence, and joy. And the worst part, you don't even notice it happening. You scroll through someone's highlight reel and suddenly your own life feels small. You see their success, their body, their relationship, and without realizing it, you declare yourself behind. But the Stoics knew this trap centuries ago. Epictetus said, "You cannot become another person. Learn to wish that everything happens exactly as it does, and you will be at peace." In other words, comparison is insanity. It's trying to live someone else's destiny while abandoning your own. Every time you compare, you reject your own progress. Every time you envy, you insult your own effort. The truth is, you're not supposed to be at their stage. You're supposed to be at yours. Different season, different mission, different lessons. A seed doesn't envy the tree. It just grows quietly underground until its time comes. Modern life makes comparison constant. The phone in your hand is a portal to millions of lives. But remember, it only shows the edited parts. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. That's not reality. That's a trap designed to keep you insecure and distracted. A Stoic doesn't chase illusions. He looks inward and asks one question: am I better than I was yesterday? That's the only competition that matters. Because progress is personal. It's not about being ahead of anyone. It's about being aligned with your purpose. Here's a Stoic exercise. Each morning, write down 3 truths. 1, one thing you're improving. 2, one lesson from failure. 3, one area where you showed restraint or discipline. This recenters your mind on your own path, not someone else's. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Stop watching others and start working on yourself. Every second you spend comparing is a second stolen from becoming. You can't grow and envy at the same time. The mind can't focus on progress while it's busy keeping score. So drop the scoreboard, walk your path, build your rhythm. And when you feel that pull to measure yourself against another, stop and breathe. Whisper this truth to your heart. I'm not behind, I'm becoming. No one else's timeline defines your worth. Your life is not a race. It's a craft. You're not late. You're in training. So today, reclaim your focus. Look forward, not sideways. And say it out loud with conviction. I do not compare my path to anyone's. I compete only with my past self. 8. I choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning when the spark dies. Most people live chasing sparks. They wait for the perfect song, the perfect mood, the perfect moment to feel ready. But the truth is, you'll lose more battles waiting for motivation than you ever will fighting without it. A Stoic doesn't depend on feelings. He depends on principles. Cato the Younger, one of Rome's most disciplined men, said nothing about feeling inspired. He simply lived by his code. Whether it rained, whether it hurt, whether he felt like it or not, he did what needed to be done. That's the difference between a man who wishes for strength and a man who builds it. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is identity. Motivation says, I want to. Discipline says, I must. Motivation changes with mood. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks who you are. Every day, you're given 2 paths. The easy one that feels good, and the hard one that makes you good. The Stoic always chooses the second, because the more you train yourself to do hard things on command, the more unstoppable you become when life tests you. Here's the Stoic system. Anchor your discipline before the world distracts you. Before you touch your phone, before you check the news, complete one act of discipline. A cold shower, a workout, meditation, journaling. This anchor task reminds your mind who's in charge. It tells the world, I run my day. My day doesn't run me. Discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect in action. It's how you prove to yourself that you can trust your own word. When you say, I'll do it, and you follow through, you're building a bond with yourself stronger than any motivation could create. Because the man who acts only when he feels like it will always serve the one who acts regardless. The disciplined man may not look the most excited, but he always finishes the mission. Marcus Aurelius said, stop arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That's the essence of discipline. Fewer words, more work. Less feeling, more doing. So tomorrow morning, when you don't want to rise, when the bed feels heavy, remember, that's the real test. That's where identity is forged. Motivation starts the race. Discipline finishes it. Repeat this truth until it sinks into your bones. I choose discipline over motivation, because motivation fades but discipline builds freedom. 9. Gratitude shapes my perspective. Gratitude isn't weakness. It's not some soft spiritual buzzword. It's the strongest weapon against misery the Stoics ever used. Most people think gratitude is something you feel after life goes right. A Stoic knows gratitude is what makes life go right, even when everything seems wrong. Seneca said, "He's a wise man who does not grieve for what he is not, but rejoices in what he has." Simple words, but they can completely rewire your reality. Because every morning you have two choices: focus on what's missing or honor what's present. One drains your strength, the other restores it. Modern life trains your mind to see lack. Every scroll shows you what you don't own, where you haven't been, who you haven't become. That constant comparison blinds you to what's already in your hands. And when you can't see your blessings, you start living like a beggar in a palace. Gratitude pulls you out of that trance. It snaps you back into the truth that you already have more than enough to begin. Every breath is a gift, every challenge a teacher, every morning another chance to live with intention. The Stoics practiced something called negative visualization. Each day they imagined losing what they loved: their health, their home, their family. Not to become fearful, but to become thankful. Because when you picture life without something, you finally see its value. Try it. Close your eyes and imagine if today were taken from you. That simple act turns routine into a miracle. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's about sharpening perspective. It makes you resilient because you stop needing everything to go your way in order to be okay. When you can say, "Even this is enough," you become untouchable. Marcus Aurelius wrote every night, reflecting not on what went wrong, but on what went right. He trained his mind to recognize fortune in the ordinary. A sunrise, a conversation, a breath. That's the Stoic secret. Gratitude turns chaos into clarity. It transforms what you have into plenty and what you face into practice. So start your day with 3 things. One thing you appreciate, one thing you've learned, one thing you can do better. It's simple, but it reprograms your lens from scarcity to strength. Gratitude isn't the end of ambition, it's the foundation of peace. When you begin from enough, every goal becomes growth, not desperation. So whisper it to yourself as you breathe. Gratitude rewires my mind. I have had enough. I am enough. 10. I end the day better than I began. Every day is a battlefield. Some battles you win, some you lose. But the goal of a Stoic isn't to be flawless. It's to finish stronger than you started. When the world goes quiet at night, that's when true growth begins. Seneca had a ritual. Before sleep, he would review the entire day. He asked himself 3 questions. What did I do well? What did I do poorly? What can I do better tomorrow? That's not guilt, it's mastery. It's how a warrior sharpens his mind after the fight. Most people end their day with distraction. Endless scrolling, numbing the noise, running from their thoughts. A Stoic ends his day with reflection, facing his thoughts head-on, learning from them, turning mistakes into lessons before they turn into regret. This is where transformation happens. Not in motivation, but in reflection. Because reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without it, life just repeats itself. Marcus Aurelius wrote every night, not to impress anyone, but to understand himself. He used his journal like a mirror, holding up his mind and asking, "Did I live according to my principles today?" That question alone can reshape your entire life. Here's the modern Stoic method. Before bed, take 5 minutes. Turn off your phone. Breathe. Replay your day like a movie. See the moments you lost control, the ones you stayed calm, the ones you avoided out of fear. Don't judge, just notice. Then write down one thing you'll improve tomorrow. That's how growth compounds, one honest reflection at a time. You don't need a perfect day. You need a better one. Each night is a checkpoint, not a verdict. You're not failing if you're learning. And when you end the day better than you began, even by 1%, you're living the Stoic way. Consistent, deliberate, unstoppable. This habit rewires your brain for peace. You fall asleep not with anxiety, but with clarity. You stop fearing tomorrow because you've already faced today with courage. So as you lie in bed tonight, don't ask, was today perfect? Ask, was I a little wiser than I was this morning? If the answer is yes, you're winning. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and remind yourself, every day is another chance to practice, to grow, to rise. Say it quietly, but mean it deeply. I end the day better than I began. Consistency over perfection. These 10 declarations aren't just words, they're weapons. Each morning you repeat them, you rewire your mind, rebuild your focus, and reclaim control of your life. While most people wake up reacting to chaos, you wake up choosing order. You decide who you'll be before the world decides for you. Remember, consistency beats motivation. You don't need perfect days, you need disciplined ones. Every repetition strengthens the muscle of awareness. Every morning you practice, you become harder to shake, harder to break, more centered, more powerful. So keep going. Guard your peace. Act with intention. Live like a Stoic warrior in a world that's forgotten how to be still. Comment below the truth that starts your transformation. I control my morning, I control my day. Because when you master the morning, you master yourself.